of this idea of a changing story?
No, it's no shock. I mean, this is why counsel prepares. You look at all the prior statements that the witness has given and made, and then if they try to change or backtrack or walk back on what they've said, you just mark as defense next in order the statement that they gave in the past and show that they're contradicting themselves. It shows a bias. It shows that they're out to get Bob Durst, and it shows some type of favoritism toward the victim, which is understandable. But now they're going to get a jury instruction in L.A. that if you believe that a witness lied about one material aspect of their testimony, you can disregard all of it. And that's the danger that you run here. This, if you want to call it a lie or an untruth or a falsity or a mistake, however you want to characterize it, it's untruthful. He said decades ago, it sounded like Kathy. Didn't sound like someone disguising their voice, pretending to be her.
Yeah, I mean, it's fascinating. And, let's talk about also the fact that that testimony with the witness, Dr. Cooperman, that was recorded. Have you ever seen anything like that where from, years ago to preserve the record?
Oh, sure. It's very, very common. In California, we have what's called the conditional exam statutes, which is sort of a position where it's done in the courtroom with a judge on the bench, both sides there to question and cross-examine the witness. But usually we do that if we feel that a witness might be leaving the jurisdiction or might be mentally or physically infirm, or if they're near death, that kind of situation. So no, it's not uncommon. Sometimes during police interrogations, testimony, which is a term of art, statements are given and they're memorialized and they're bound by whatever they said in the past. And to change it 40 years later, it either makes it look like they're lying or their testimony is just not reliable. Remember, this is a murder trial. We're not talking about a petty theft or a joyride.
All right, well, let's take a clip here. This is direct, where the witness is asked about the likelihood of a medical student calling their dean to call out sick. It goes on, and this is where Susan Berman is possibly the one who called out sick for Kathy. Let's take a listen.
If a medical student was unable to reach a resident, were you directed as medical students, you knew the service that you were reporting to, is that right?
Yes.
And back then, people had those strange things called